Hello YouTube friends, and welcome to Grow Money Seeds, a channel about building wealth and managing your money. Let me ask you some questions. Do you know if you can afford to retire? And if so, how much money should you take from your nest egg when you retire? This is where the 4% rule comes in. This rule may just help you answer these questions and aid you when it comes to planning your retirement. Right. Let's get to it. Planning for retirement can be tricky at best. There are so many unknowns like how long will you live? What will the rate of inflation be? How will your investments perform? What unforeseen costs could arise? Unfortunately, there's no crystal ball that lets us know the future. But we do have some studies and past data that helps us with our planning, like the 4% rule. So, what is the 4% rule? Basically, this is a guideline as to how much of your retirement you can spend each year so that you don't run out of money over a certain period of time. This comes from the Trinity Study, where 3 professors had the goal of determining a safe withdrawal rate, or SWR, of a retirement account. The study was not about preservation of funds, but rather about not running out of money before you pass away. The study was run from 1925 to 1995, 70 years of data, and it found that if you invested half of your retirement in stocks and the other half in bonds and drew 4% of this money each year, and very importantly, increased this amount with inflation, then at the end of a 30-year period, you would have a 96% chance of having some money left over. If you don't know what inflation is and why it's money's worst enemy, then I have a video about this, which you can watch by clicking here. For example, if you retired with $500,000, then in year 1 you would draw 4% of this, which would be $20,000, and you'd live on this for the year. In year 2, your drawing would be $21,000. This amount is adjusted for inflation, assuming inflation is 5%. In year 3, the drawing would be $22,050, and year 4, $23,152, and so on up to year 30. Why is the magic number 4 and not 10? The study showed that the money invested over the test period yielded an average annual return of 7%. 3% was the average annual inflation over this period. Therefore, 7% minus the 3% gives you the difference of 4%, and thus the magic number. Is this study still relevant as it was published in 1998? After poking around the internet, I managed to find a website called thepoorswiss.com. The author is a computer scientist who ran the data up to 2019. I will leave a link in the description if you'd like to see the full study. The author also used a monthly withdrawal and not yearly to improve accuracy. This is probably more of a real-life scenario as to how people would actually draw their money. In this updated study, it shows that the 4% rule still holds true. What the data now shows is that it may be better to allocate more of your portfolio to stocks rather than the 50% to stocks and the 50% to bonds suggested in the original study. An allocation of 75% to stocks and 25% to bonds, or even 100% to stocks, outperformed the traditional model with a high degree of success. The original Trinity Study also only looked at periods up to 30 years. The new updated study went one step further and ran the data for a 40 and 50-year period. Investing 100% into stocks and using a 3.5% withdrawal rate over a 50-year period had a 98% chance of success. From this new data, perhaps the new magic formula might just be a 3.5% withdrawal rate and an allocation of 75% to stocks and 25% to bonds. How much money do I need to retire? As a guideline, the 4% rule can be inversed. By taking 25 and multiplying this by your current yearly expenses, you will get a rough idea of how much money you would need to retire. For example, if your current yearly expenses are $50,000 a year, then multiply this by 25. You would need roughly $1.25 million as a lump sum for 30 years of retirement. In conclusion, there is no way to predict with 100% accuracy how much money you will need in your retirement. The saying, hope for the best, but plan for the worst, may be prudent when it comes to the 4% rule. But what we do know is that the sooner you start working towards your retirement and living within your means, the higher your chances of success. If you have found this video useful, then please don't forget to click the subscribe and the like buttons so that you're notified when future videos are released. This would be much appreciated, as this will help my channel to grow and hopefully help others to achieve their financial goals. Thanks for watching.